Hey there! Have you ever heard of a man who was not only a brilliant scholar, but also a fearless fighter for equality and justice? His name was William Edward Burghardt Du Bois, also known as W.E.B. Du Bois, and he was one of the most important leaders in American history. His story is all about using your voice, your brain, and your heart to make the world a better place. Let's dive in and learn about this amazing man. William Edward Burghardt Du Bois was born on February 23, 1868, in Massachusetts. Unlike many African Americans at the time, he grew up in a community where he was encouraged to go to school and dream big. And dream big he did. W.E.B. was super smart and loved learning. He was the first African American to earn a Ph.D. from Harvard University. That's one of the hardest schools in the world. But W.E.B. didn't just want to learn for himself. He wanted to use his knowledge to help others. He believed that education was the key to solving problems like racism and inequality. He also believed that African Americans should have the same rights and opportunities as everyone else. Here's something really cool. W.E.B. Du Bois was a writer, a teacher, and an activist. He wrote books, essays, and even helped start an organization called the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. The NAACP fought for civil rights and worked to end discrimination against African Americans. One of W.E.B.'s most famous ideas was about something called the talented 10th. He believed that if the top 10% of African Americans, like doctors, teachers, and leaders, were given the chance to succeed, they could help lift up their entire community. It was a big idea, and it inspired a lot of people. W.E.B. Du Bois also believed in speaking up for what's right. He didn't just talk about equality, he fought for it. He wrote powerful articles and gave speeches that challenged unfair laws and practices. He even traveled around the world to share his ideas about justice and freedom. But W.E.B. didn't stop there. He was also a historian, which means he studied and wrote about the past. He wanted people to understand the true history of African Americans, their struggles, their achievements, and their contributions to society. One of his most famous books is called The Souls of Black Folk, and it's still read and loved today. W.E.B. Du Bois lived a long and impactful life. He worked tirelessly for civil rights, education, and equality until he passed away on August 27, 1963, at the age of 95. But his ideas and his legacy live on. He demonstrated that an individual's voice and actions can create a huge impact. 5 fun facts about W.E.B. Du Bois. 1. He was the first African American to earn a Ph.D. from Harvard University. 2. He helped create the NAACP, one of the most important civil rights organizations in history. 3. He wrote over 20 books and thousands of essays during his lifetime. 4. He lived in Ghana, Africa, for the last few years of his life and became a citizen there. 5. He was a peace activist and even helped organize the first ever Pan-African Congress to unite people of African descent around the world. A famous quote from W.E.B. Du Bois: "Education must not simply teach work, it must teach life." W.E.B. Du Bois' story teaches us that knowledge, courage, and strength of character can change the world. If you enjoyed learning about him, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And let us know in the comments, what's the most inspiring thing you learned about W.E.B. Du Bois today? See you next time.